You best start believing in stories of cyberpunk dystopias, because you're in one. I genuinely kind of enjoy the fact that we are unironically heading towards the cyberpunk dystopia. I don't know why, it's just something that tickles my pickle with all of that. I mean, hey, if we are going for a hellish future, I'd rather take the cyberpunk one over, I don't know, Fallout. You know, make the best of a bad situation. As the ESRB is asking the FTC to approve facial estimation age checkers. So, this is an AI that will scan your face and then determine what age you are to see if you will be allowed to purchase, in this case, a video game or presumably in the future, other services or products. Now, this isn't actually the ESRB's job, mind you, but we'll get to that in a second. What is so adorable about this is that, there we go, yes. The name of the thing is Privacy Protective Facial Age Estimation. Privacy Protective. Oh yeah, no, we're going to scan your face and ship it off to a central data bank to have an AI look at it, but don't worry, it'll be very private. Yeah, if you say so. I love that naming scheme, because you can very clearly tell that the persons who created this was like, oh boy, this is an enormous privacy concern, isn't it? What if we preempt that by putting it in the name? And hey, to be fair, there is a certain need for this, I suppose, because age check verifications online basically consist of, here's a checkbox, are you 18 years or older? There you go. It's not exactly the safest of systems, and if we are serious about keeping children out of certain content, out from purchasing certain content, probably a better way of putting it, then sure, we do need something a bit stricter. But this is very, very Chinese, isn't it? Oh, you want to purchase this video game, Billy? Well, step right on up to the face scanning machine, and we'll see if you're of legal age. Okay. Now, so the way this is supposed to work is that it takes a picture, the user takes a photo of themselves, or, you know, a scanning booth or something. The photo is then sent to the system, which checks if there is a live human in frame, which I'm presuming it'll figure out through some algorithmic nonsense. And the image is then uploaded to Yoti's back-end server for estimation, with Yoti being the company, and then they also say that the picture does not prevent a substantial risk to parents' privacy or potential biases, as it will be, does not present a substantial risk to parents' privacy or potential biases. Yes, I thought that was the correct line. Because it will be permanently deleted afterwards and will not be used by Yoti for training purposes. It'll merely be sold to whomever is willing to ask for it, because, well, figuring out what precisely the age groups are that are requesting a certain products, well, that sounds like valuable marketing information, doesn't it? Doesn't it just? So, okay, let's have the most charitable interpretation imaginable, right? The picture is taken, the AI goes like, okay, is this a plant or is this a person? And then that is shipped off to the server, which is completely closed off. It is simply just running an AI on a server whose whole only job is to look at a picture and go like, 18. Okay. After which, the picture and all tracking data, I noticed you didn't mention that one, is deleted, like where it was taken, when it was taken, in relations to what products, etc, etc. Okay, in which case, alright, maybe, it's still a bit dystopian, but I can sort of see the argument for acquiring it in terms of accessing certain materials, like, you know, hardcore pound-me-in-the-ass pornography, for example. But this is, of course, the ESRB. The ESRB, for those who may not be aware, is the Entertainment Software Rating Board. They're the ones who put the little stickers on things. Now, here's the thing. The stickers aren't actually there to prevent you from purchasing the product. That's not the point of the sticker. If the sticker says, like, 18 plus, and you're 10, for example, the sticker isn't saying you can't buy it. The sticker is saying, oh, hey, this is what's in the game. We recommend it for 18 pluses. You're going to need parental guardian to basically go like, okay, yes, no, I'm allowing my child to play this video game. That's the point of it. The point is to allow you as the consumer to make an informed decision about your purchases. The ESRB is also not, crucially, a governmental organization. So what a lot of people forget, or foreigners like myself, for example, might not realize, that the ESRB doesn't have any actual legal power here. It is meant to be an advisory organ, which is why it moving towards facial scanning is a bit weird. And it is now consulting the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, whose job it is to make sure that your rights as a consumer are taken care of. So it's a bit weird because the ESRB, the agency, the private agency, which was invented to try to avoid government regulation, is now asking the government whether or not it can regulate harder. Okie dokie. This seems a pinch backwards, if you're asking me, because, again, the ESRB's entire point is as little regulation as humanly possible, and this seems like a rather large leap in the direction of more and more intrusive regulations rather than less, because honestly, the old system, if it works as intended, is entirely fine in terms of like video games and entertainment. Because you go to the store and you see the market, it's like, okay, 18 plus, dad's gonna have to approve this. Fair enough. Again, I can see the usage of this for other things, possibly, but for what it is intended for, no. And to be fair, the ESRB is at least asking the FTC if this will violate a lot of privacy laws, which I have a sneaking suspicion it might, because at the end of the day also, the company that is making this, what was it, Yachting, okay, they're gonna have to earn money somehow. Now, it could be via a licensing fee, for example, where the ESRB pays them, okay, this is a service we offer, we're gonna give you X amount of money for X amount of users, or a usage over time, releasing your services, etc., possibly. But more often than not, how companies like this earn money is by taking the information in the picture and then selling that on. Because, mentioned specifically here, images are immediately permanently deleted and not used for Yachty for training purposes. Okay. Firstly, if you're not going to use the image for training purposes, that AI had better be damn good already, or you're going to end up with a lot of false positives and, false negatives. Permanently deleted. Okay, the images are immediately permanently deleted. What about the tracking information? What about the, a 26-year-old wanted to check themselves for this video game? That might suggest that's the target audience for this thing, or a 17-year-old, and so on and so on. You didn't mention that, the tracking information, and of course, here's the thing as well. Even if it isn't used for this today, you are still going to need some form of end-user license agreement because you are sending information to a server. There's going to have to be an EULA at some point. And if you're going to use this to check for, well, literally, facial estimation age checkers, so what you are checking for is whether or not somebody is underage, that means that you will necessarily, by design, be gathering a lot of information from children, legally speaking. And you are only deleting their images. And of course then the EULA, to finish that point. Does a child have the ability to consent to an end-user license agreement and have it be enforceable? Well, EULAs aren't really enforceable to begin with, making that kind of pointless. Does a child have the ability to understand a EULA? Honestly, probably not. Hell, most adults don't know half the things they write in those damn things, as everyone, as is well known, simply just scrolls to the bottom and clicks accept, because end-user license agreements are goddamn pointless. It is a tool intended to protect the company's ass rather than your rights or your ability to consent or not consent to having your data gathered. It's simply just assumed at this point. At which point, of course, they can update that at any time. Oh, you've given consent to taking your picture? Well, in a year's time, we're gonna add in a little caveat. We're gonna store it just for a short period of time. Just a little bit. Another year, just a little bit longer, another year. Oh, we're gonna sell it. Oh, another year. Oh, we're gonna use it to train another AI, and so on and so on. I am not fond of this idea right here. Because at the end of the day, my biggest objection isn't that this couldn't be useful, because I can see scenarios in which making sure that children can't access certain content is a good thing. My issue is, one, it's going to be elevated and exploited further down the line because company needs to make money and company greedy. Two, there's no way a child can actually actively and, understandably, knowledgeably agree to the terms of an end-user license agreement. And, of course, 3, you are now gathering data of children. Very, 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 very Chinese indeed. Extraordinarily Chinese, in fact. And there are also the problem of false positives. Now, this is a rare one, but you have, for example, the world's shortest woman, who I believe at the point of taking this picture was something along the lines of 20. Now, this will be a rarity, mind you, but even so, I can see a great deal of potential problems with this. And particularly, again, this is only for accessing, well, entertainment, like comic books and movies and games, etc. Do we need this kind of Orwellian overreach for that? Doesn't seem very likely to me, if indeed at all. And again, photos, AIs, I don't know. I think this is probably a very, 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 very bad idea. And not to mention, of course, it's like, okay, we'll take very good care of your data. Said every company who harvested your data ever, and then were immediately broken into, and that data was again leaked. In all due likelihood, it will probably be used to build up databases of information for companies to use and be sold this information in the future. It seems virtually unavoidable, frankly. So yes, I think this is a terrible idea, and of course, the biggest issue as well, and this trumps everything else, is that this isn't really a problem in this field. Again, in certain instances, I can see the argument, but for video games and movies, I cannot see the argument at all for this kind of overreach. So you are inventing a solution to a problem that doesn't really exist here. The government hasn't asked you to crack down on this, so why are you, the voluntary ratings organization, presenting further regulation for consideration by the government? Surely, you should be heading in the opposite direction. And this is the problem with all organizations like this. When you are created to solve a particular problem, and you solve that particular problem, you are inevitably going to look for the next problem in line, so as to continue to allow your organization to be relevant and important, and thus in turn, funded. Because it all comes down to money, both for the program and for the ESRB, because they need to continue to prove their worth, otherwise they might simply just disappear. Bad idea all around, and God willing, it will be shot down in a comet trail of fire. Then again, considering all of the things we thought could never possibly happen, I wouldn't be too sure if it won't become, what should they call it? Industry standard in a few more years. Oh well, we'll wait and see, I suppose. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.